When the foundation says that something is safe, it usually just means that the anomaly is not trying to destroy the world or escape the containment right now, but it does not mean it won't ruin your day. This is Trinomicon. Let's explore the top 5 safe anomalies from the SCP Foundation archives. So in the first place we have SCP-5000-Y, describing a non-functional mechanical suit identified as absolute exclusion harness. The suit appeared in a flash of light inside 62C in a containment chamber of SCP-579, and a corpse of a Foundation employee, Pietro Wilson, was discovered inside of it. Upon further investigation, a series of logs were extracted from the suit. SCP-5000 tells the story of a world where the Foundation turned against humanity, releasing entities, broadcasting cognita hazards, and trying its best not to contain anything that could help its new mission, namely fighting the humanity. Pietro, who found himself unable to remember the past couple of months, is now on a mission to reach SCP-579, and all the logs tell the story of his journey. Finally, he reaches SCP-579 and the reality resets, sending his lifeless body into the containment chamber, with his death resetting the grim scenario. Second place belongs to SCP-999, the Tickle Monster, a gelatinous cube with no malicious intentions that loves tickle fights and lives on candy and sweets, so friendly that it's allowed to roam freely and interact with personnel. What can sound safer than that? However, it's not that simple, for SCP-999 was born as a result of SCP-231, a ritual carried by the children of the Scarlet King, and in fact is a direct child of the Scarlet King itself. If you don't know what Scarlet King is, that's okay, because the entity itself is a fluid concept. There are many definitions to the Scarlet King, an old deity residing in a parallel dimension, a manifestation of all times before the Foundation started messing with the anomalous, a concept of the anomalous itself created by the shared minds of the Foundation, and finally an entity that concluded that the existence is painful, and therefore the existence should be ended. The known thing is that at some point the Scarlet King will manifest in our reality, and SCP-999 could be our only weapon against it. The third most popular safe SCP is SCP-914, the Clockworks, which is a large clockwork device. It has the main body filled with complex system of gears and cogs, 2 booths, intake and output booths accordingly, and a dial with settings rough, 1 to 1, fine and very fine. If you put any objects through the clockwork, the machine tries to reassemble it to its best ability and, of course, the setting selected, and the testing logs are probably the largest and the most interesting ones in the SCP universe. Just don't try to put any biological entities through without approval from the O5, it did not end well the last time. On the first place is SCP-1981 Ronald Reagan Catapult Talking, which is a videotape, which contains a record of a former US President Ronald Reagan delivering his famous Evil Empire speech on 8th of March 1983. However, around the 1 minute 30 second mark, the recording starts to deviate from the original, and around the 5 minute mark, multiple wounds and lacerations start to appear on Reagan's body until either Reagan's vocal cords are severed or the tape degrades to static at the 22 minutes 34 second mark. The speech is different each time the tape is played, and a hooded entity sometimes appears in the video, but I'll leave the details to your reading pleasure. Finally, the fifth most popular save SCP is SCP-1733, Season Opener, which is also a video recording that changes with every view. It is a recording of the 2010-2011 NBA season opening game played at the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts on the 26th of October 2010 between the Boston Celtics and Miami Heat. It was recovered when Boston natives started complaining on Facebook about a technical fault that never occurred in the original recording. When played, the people present in the recording seemed to understand their situation and retain some knowledge from the previous playbacks. By playback 45, the crowd tried to escape only to find out that they were unable to do so. The crowd succumbed to violence and gore before the 100th playback, and further playbacks are prohibited. The recording is now left alone, probably for good. That's it for the top 5 safe anomalies out there. Let me know if you want me to explore some other topic.